All right, so get this. Someone sent in this really interesting ad for an English teacher in Taiwan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, her name is Savannah Lin, and I gotta say,
Okay.
it's not your typical English language school flyer.
Yeah, what's different about it?
Well, first of all, it's super visual. I mean, it's like a mini infographic almost. It's not just like,
Right.
learn English and a couple bullet points.
Yeah.
This is like,
Fancy.
yeah, really detailed, and it shows everything that she offers. So you've got like kids programs, adult courses, even like super specialized stuff like medical English and translation.
Wow.
It kind of makes you wonder, like, who is this Savannah Lin, and
Yeah.
what's the story behind all of this?
Right. Well, let's start with her background then.
Okay.
So she's not just an English teacher. It says here she has real-world experience as an interpreter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at the Taiwan International Medical Exhibition.
Okay.
And she even mentioned some experience with English speeches and international seminars.
So she's not just someone who, like, learned English from a textbook.
Right, exactly.
She's actually used it in a professional setting. That's got to be a huge selling point.
Absolutely. Especially for people who need English for, like, specific fields.
Yeah.
Medical professionals or researchers or...
Like if you're going to a conference or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it doesn't seem like she only focuses on professionals either. She talks about working with both children and adults.
Okay.
So it seems like she's comfortable teaching all different kinds of learners.
Yeah, she must have a pretty diverse range then.
And get this, she's completed 334 English lessons.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of lessons.
I wonder if that tells us anything about her teaching style.
Yeah, I mean, that many lessons suggest that she's really dedicated to her craft.
Right.
She's probably always learning and evolving as a teacher. Maybe she incorporates feedback from her students
Oh, that's a good point.
or tries new techniques or keeps up with like the latest trends in language learning.
Yeah.
All those things would be really appealing to a student.
It's like she's saying, hey, I'm not just stuck in my ways, I'm constantly improving.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about her tagline.
All right.
It's pretty bold. It says, afraid of learning English. Enroll in Savannah Lin's courses now.
Whoa.
I mean, it's so direct.
Yeah, it's like she's calling you out.
Almost confrontational. What do you make of that?
I think she's acknowledging a very real fear, especially in a culture where English might not be the first language.
Okay.
It's like she's saying, I understand your anxieties and I can help you overcome them.
I wonder if that fear is like especially strong in Taiwan.
It's possible.
Like maybe there's a lot of pressure to learn English
Yeah.
for professional success or even social status.
That's a good point. The demand for English learning in a place like Taiwan is probably pretty high.
Right, because it's a globalized world.
Exactly.
And English is seen as this key to success.
Yeah, like a passport to opportunity.
So maybe this ad is tapping into that desire
Yeah.
while also addressing the fear that's holding people back.
It's a clever marketing approach.
For sure. And it leads us right into the next interesting thing, which is the huge variety of services that she offers.
Oh, right.
I mean, we've got everything here.
Like what?
Children's phonics, adult pronunciation correction, medical and biotech English, even bilingual copywriting and translation.
It's like a one-stop shop for all your English needs.
It makes me wonder if this just reflects the need in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Like, is there just a huge demand for English across the board?
I mean, it seems like it.
You've got everything from the very basics to these super specialized services.
Right. It suggests that people from all different backgrounds and professions are looking to improve their English.
And it's not just about learning grammar rules from a textbook either.
Oh, definitely not.
Savannah emphasizes actually using English in everyday life.
Oh, cool.
She even says, bring your daily life into the classroom and never stare at textbooks and memorize vocabulary and grammar again.
I love that quote. It really speaks to her teaching philosophy.
It does, right?
It's all about making language learning practical and relevant, not just some theoretical exercise.
Okay, so we've got this intriguing instructor with real-world experience, a bold marketing approach, and a huge range of services that seem tailored to the Taiwanese market.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive package.
Let's dive deeper into those services.
Okay.
Starting with what she offers for children.
All right, so it looks like her children's program is split into like beginning and intermediate levels.
Okay.
And it sounds like the beginning level is for kids who are just starting out with English.
Gotcha. So like
Yeah.
no or very little prior experience.
Exactly.
And she mentions using things like picture book songs, short videos.
That's fun.
Yeah, a far cry from the boring drills I remember
Oh, yeah.
from language classes when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think that aligns with a lot of the modern thinking about how kids learn languages.
Oh, really?
It's all about immersing them in the language through fun activities, Let them pick up vocabulary and grammar naturally.
Okay, so it's not about like drilling grammar rules into their head.
Right, exactly. It's got to be engaging.
And then the intermediate level builds on that.
Yeah.
It focuses on pronunciation, expanding vocabulary.
Cool.
What I find interesting is that she actually encourages parents to get involved.
Oh, wow. How so?
She even suggests they create like a fairy tale kingdom of English learning at home.
That's a great idea.
Right?
It's like creating this supportive language environment outside of the classroom. So it's not just about the hour or two they spend with the teacher.
It's about making English a part of their daily lives.
Exactly, like a lifestyle.
So it's like a team effort between Savannah and the parents.
It takes a village.
All right, let's talk about the adult courses now.
Okay.
She's got conversational English at 3 different levels. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. But what stands out to me is that she really seems to personalize the learning experience.
Oh, yeah. How so?
She uses the learner's own life experiences and interests as material for speaking practice.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, that's got to be way more effective than just reading from a textbook.
Right. It's about making it relevant to their lives.
And memorable.
So for beginners, it looks like the main focus is on mastering pronunciation.
The building blocks.
And then at the intermediate level, they work on expanding their vocabulary and grammar.
So they can express themselves better.
Exactly. And then the advanced level is all about improving fluency.
Okay.
Listening to different accents and like sharing their opinions on different topics.
Oh, cool.
And she uses materials like TED Talks and CBC News for that.
That's smart. She's using authentic materials.
Yeah, expose them to different ways of speaking English.
Yeah, and help them develop like a more natural understanding of the language.
So it's not just about speaking correctly.
Right. It's about understanding different accents and like the cultural nuances of language.
Okay, so beyond these conversational courses, she also has those specialized services.
Oh, right.
Like the medical biotech English and the bilingual copywriting translation.
Yeah, those are interesting.
The medical biotech English seems particularly cool.
Yeah, what does she do for that one?
She does vocabulary analysis discussions of international research papers.
Oh, wow.
Which makes sense considering her background.
Right, she was an interpreter at that medical exhibition.
Exactly. It's like she's using her professional experience to help people in that specific field.
Yeah, like, I know the language demands of this industry, and I can help you succeed.
And then the bilingual copywriting translation. She seems to be targeting both individuals and businesses.
Yeah, anyone who needs help communicating in English, basically.
Whether it's for like everyday life or for work.
It's really practical.
Yeah, so we see this focus on real-world application throughout all her services.
That's a common thread.
Okay, speaking of practicality, let's take a look at her classroom policies.
All right, what are the rules?
Well, she describes her teaching style as relaxed and lively.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, she emphasizes creating a comfortable learning environment.
I like that learning shouldn't be stressful.
But she also has a strict cancellation policy.
Okay.
And encourages students to practice after the lessons and ask lots of questions.
So it's a mix of like approachability and professionalism.
Right. It's like learning should be fun, but it also requires commitment.
Makes sense. You got to put in the work.
And finally, she invites people to schedule a trial lesson.
Cool.
And contact her through the Line app.
The Line app?
Yeah, it's super popular in Taiwan.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So it's like meeting students where they are.
Literally.
And figuratively. And it also suggests that she's pretty tech savvy.
Yeah, which probably appeals to a younger audience.
Okay, so we've gone from Savannah's impressive background in marketing to a deeper look at her services.
Yeah, and we've seen how she really emphasizes this practical, real-world approach.
And personalized learning.
And creating that supportive learning environment.
Both inside and outside the classroom.
It's a holistic approach.
And we've even gotten a glimpse into the demand for English learning in Taiwan.
And how the culture might influence how English is taught and learned.
It's fascinating stuff. Yeah, it's really cool how she's combined her teaching skills with technology.
Yeah, to create this like really comprehensive program.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Savannah Lin's English language services, what stands out to you the most?
I think for me, it's her commitment to like really meeting the learner's needs.
Okay.
where they are, both in terms of like their English level and their cultural context.
Right.
It's not just about teaching English, it's about like empowering students to use the language confidently in their lives.
And she's doing it in a way that feels really fresh and innovative.
Right.
I mean, she's blending traditional teaching methods with technology.
Yeah, and she clearly understands the Taiwanese market.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that language learning isn't just about memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules.
Totally. It's about connecting with people, exploring new ideas, expanding your horizons.
Absolutely. Well, this deep dive has given us a fascinating look at English language learning in Taiwan.
Yeah, it has.
And it's clear that Savannah Lin is doing some really impressive work.
She's a trailblazer for sure.
So hopefully this has sparked some curiosity in our listeners. Maybe it's even inspired you to explore language learning yourself.
Or think about how culture shapes the way we learn.
We encourage you to keep exploring these ideas and see how they connect to your own experiences.
Because that's how we learn and grow.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Savannah Lin and her English language services.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.